Did Stephen A. Smith just outplay everybody at ESPN? Man, I got questions about these videos. I think they're a little dated. Stick around or your boy gonna break it down for you. What we talking about here? We talking about recently released videos of videos accusing Molly Qerim of alleged sabotage, aka the Me Too movement, and a mysterious special lady could all be the key to what I think is $100 million power move that's gonna rock sports media. Now, it's about the timing, the suspicious timing of the videos is what I'm talking about. Now, on January 26, 2025, a woman by the name of Nikita dropped a viral video accusing Molly Qerim of a couple things here. She accusing Molly of creating fake accounts to harass her online. She's accusing Molly of trying to set up Stephen A. Smith of harassment after he rejected her. And she's also accusing Molly of colluding with ESPN execs to tank Smith's $20 million contract talks. Now I know, people, this is all like where all this coming from, right? So I had to go do some research. Yes, the lady is verified. You can see plenty of videos out there, people pulling up her background, but that's not what I'm here to get at. Now, we will listen to a little bit of her video just to refresh your memory, because I done heard it a couple times already. So entertain me. Let's get through this video one time, and then I'm gonna show you why I got questions about the video.
So let's have a little story time about Molly on First Take. See, Molly came at me last night for the, I don't know how many times, from a fake account. And she was making fun of me. But she didn't know that I know who she is. And so I told her, like Stephen told her, to stop calling him SA. But she wouldn't listen. And I told her not to do it again or I was going to air her out. And so she decided to get on First Take today to do it. So let me tell you a little bit about Molly and why she calls Stephen SA. Molly actually falsely accused Stephen of sexual harassment. This was after he rejected her advances because I guess she thought that he didn't really love me. Anyway, so let's go back about Molly. See, Molly was the one who actually planted the story about her and Stephen having an affair. When Stephen wanted to address it, his bosses told him not to. Molly blamed that on Jalen, her ex-husband. But it was really Molly. Molly was jealous because, see, Jalen told Molly not to move to Connecticut, but she didn't listen. And then she got mad at the results. So then she decided to go after Stephen A. after she saw him coming up even more. Well, baby, she didn't know that Stephen A. is all about Nikita. So anyway, she plants this story, and she thought it was going to faze me, but it didn't, because the one thing I know about my man, he likes all the assets, and she ain't got none. Anyway, so she let it play out. And so when it didn't come, I told Stephen at that moment, I said, you should nip this in the bud because she is going to claim you harassed her. And he said, no, my bosses told me not to. And there's another story about those bosses that actually are trying to sabotage Stephen A. at ESPN, but I'll talk about that later. So today, Molly was the one who did it. She planted the story. She falsely accused Stephen. And apparently she didn't think I was about this life. Well, baby, I'm about this life. See, Stephen should have told you, not only am I a banking expert, I'm an IT expert. And on top of that, I was the EEO director at the FDIC. Now, you better come again before you come correct, before you come at me, because I'd rather be growing my baby. But baby, I'll stop and take care of you. Molly girl, hey, you thought I forgot about you? Oh, I didn't. I just had things to do. Let me put my glasses on because class is in session. You see, when people don't think water is wet, you got to take them to the ocean. So let's have part 2 about Molly. See, the reason that Molly decided to go and make these false accusations against Stephen A. is simply because she wanted money. Molly is in contract negotiations, and she only makes $400,000 a year. And I said only because me, somebody y'all don't even know, I made that in the federal government. But anyway, Molly wants to make Stephen A. money when she doesn't have Stephen A. talent. And so you can't do that. See, Molly is dry. She lacks really any talent and personality to be on television. You haven't seen her across multiple platforms because nobody wants her. She doesn't resonate with an audience. That's simply it. So if you want Stephen A. money, you need to have Stephen A. talent. Okay? Second thing is, Molly had help with Norby because Norby is that type of manager. You know, that manager who hates to see you succeed more than them and to make more money more than them. He's that person. And so they found a way that they thought they could hold Stephen A. down. That's what's happened. So, since Norby has been hating for a long time on talent that makes more than him, he's going to reap what he sows. So let me tell you what's going to happen with Molly and ESPN because of Norby. Molly will not be working on First Take next season. As a matter of fact, she won't be working at ESPN. Molly is going to get sick again. Her illness is going to come back, and it's going to stay. Further, ESPN profits and ratings will continue to decline until Norby Williams is moved out of that organization. Norby is a cancer, and what God will not tolerate is people being hurt by bad managers. That is what's going to happen. And if ESPN doesn't remove Norby, what's further going to happen is ESPN will fail to exist in the future. And Fox will take over as the nation's leader and as it relates to sports. Now, let me know if you're still feeling froggy and you want some more of these facts. You better ask somebody about me, because this is so y'all make sure y'all record it so when it happens, that you know you can't play with me.
But here's the twist. Norby Williamson, I think that's how you pronounce it, the ESPN exec that allegedly involved left the network just 9 months ago earlier. Here go the article. So if he left 9 months ago, and I got a video showing where Stephen A. has already addressed the rumor allegations about him and Molly already on TV. I'm gonna play that video now.
And who said I do first between the two of you?
Oh my
Who said I do first?
Who said I don't?
Did you say I do first, Stevie? Who said it?
This is very nice, Stephen A. It looks really nice.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, it does. It really, really does. You look nice yourself.
Thank you.
As always. But I just had to step on out. No, there's nothing going on. You understand what I'm saying? America been lying about that for a couple of years now.
Oh, they do?
It's not,
Years.
for years.
You know what's the
for
funniest
years
part?
they've been lying on
is
it.
People actually believe it.
Oh, they sure do. I get asked all the time.
It's ridiculous.
How's the famous couple doing?
Well, here's the deal. But here's the upside to all of that. They know my taste, so therefore they know that's a compliment to her, and obviously she has great taste as well. So I guess that's America's way of saying we both really, really look good. That's why you can do that, because they lie all the time. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. But it does mean that First Take not only is a #1 show because of our content, we look the part.
Okay, I'm just gonna let.
So that brings up my question. Why did this video resurface now? And also, if you're not, following Stephen A., and I'm not, I just so happen to do a little research. He was on the Howard Stern show not too long ago, at the beginning of this year. You know, Howard Stern can always get information out of people. That's how Usher information got out. Howard Stern Radio. But anyway, he's on there and he's talking about relationships. And he mentions a special lady. But my question is, why do Stephen A. suddenly wants to get married after years of being secret? Check out the clip.
Mad Dog, you would know this. You're close to Stephen A. Will he ever get married? This guy is a bit of a... What's going on with his personal relationship?
Can I answer that? He has told me in the past, quietly, that yes, he thinks there might be down the road.
I want to get married someday. It will happen someday.
But he dates. That's the impression I get. He's dating, and I don't know who these women are.
He's more romantic, Howard, than you think he is.
Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah, I think
really?
he is.
Lord.
In what way? What gives you? What evidence do you see of that?
I think he'd go, to Rome or some nice place, get on his knees with the candlelight and a nice Italian dinner and ask somebody to marry. I could see him doing that. He won't let anybody know about it.
Stephen, I'll go right to the source. Is there a special lady in your life? A lot of the women want to know. You're a successful man. There is.
There is. You got to remember something, guys. I cover sports. That's true. But the industry has evolved to the point where, and I'm not bragging, I'm just speaking fact. I'm more popular than 95% of the athletes I cover.
That's right.
And so as a result of that, you're in the news constantly. So you'll know who that person is when she's Mrs. Stephen A. Smith.
So what I'm talking about, this isn't just drama. This is corporate warfare masterclass. And I got 3 possibilities that I want to run down with you. So you let me know what you think they could be. Here go the first one. Could this be a preemptive strike against the Me Too allegations? We remember she said that Molly was going to accuse him of something, S.A., hence why she kept telling him to stop calling him S.A. on camera, right? And we seen what happened at Fox, right? So could that be him getting out there in front of it because of, I want to get ahead of this? Or could it be point number 2, which is an exit strategy from ESPN? Right? If they don't want to give him the money that he's asking for. Or could it be 3, a calculated takedown of Molly Qerim? All right? Could be. A lot of people, a lot of viewers are not, they're not too up on her attitude and how she's one-sided. All of them are to a certain degree, everybody on here, but especially her. So let's get into point number 1. The Me Too preemptive theory that I got. Now, is Stephen A. Smith inoculating himself against a career-killing scandal? I decided to throw one of the words in there like Stephen A. Now, Nikita video claims Molly fabricated the harassment claims against Smith. But Smith, like I said, recently went on Howard Stern interview and it raised some eyebrows. Now, he's quoted in there, who she is when she's Stephen A. Smith. The lady has adopted that tag on her handle. He's openly saying we would know who she is. Now, to me, this is a sudden marriage teaser after decades of privacy. All right? Now, he also said in there, I want to get married someday. Right? Which is a sharp pivot to a family man branding. And to me, that sounds like Fox. Coincidence? Or a strategic move? You let me know. Leave the comments. I got more. Now, why I say a strategic move? Now, could this be a move to distance himself from Molly's alleged accusations? all while positioning Nikita as his loyal partner amidst all this controversy? And then, you know, could it be to counter some of the rumors before ESPN negotiations that's coming up in July 2025? Could that be something? Like I said, you got to question the timing of the video, which goes into my second point. She mentioned ESPN execs, but she mentioned this one guy particularly by name, and that's Norby Williamson, I guess is how it. Now, here's my question, ladies and gentlemen. Why did this video drop after Norby left ESPN? Norby Wilson left ESPN in April of 2024. The exit now to me looks suspicious. Now, his role at ESPN was, because, you know, he was the production, czar that apparently reportedly blocked Stephen A. Smith's salary demands. And now, fast forward, if you know who I'm talking about, you know he's the president of FanDuel Sports Network, which is considered ESPN rival. And now you look at Nikita's claims of her saying Williamson helped Molly sabotage Smith's career. Well, this may have been true then, but it goes to ask why the video now. So the plot thickens a little bit. You got to ask yourself, did Williamson leak this evidence post-departure to kind of destabilize ESPN? Is something going on behind the scenes? Or is Molly really out here doing this? Is Smith using Nikita video, because of a possible NDA situation to put pressure on ESPN into possibly making a deal or releasing him to Fox Sports? It is a homecoming. He started out at Fox, ladies and gentlemen, back in 2001 or something like that. And then you also have what I see something as Molly's $400,000 plus, salary versus Smith's $12 million deal creates a motive, I believe, for both sides. She's making roughly $3 million. I think she just hit the $3 million mark, Molly that is, when I went to go look up her net worth. Which brings me to point number 3. Is Molly about to become ESPN's sacrificial lamb, so to speak? Because Nikita video included a chilling prediction as well. She said Molly will mysteriously fall ill and leave ESPN. Me personally, I don't wish ill on nobody like that. It's kind of spooky, kind of sort of. But if this was, their whole little scheme, meaning ESPN, are they going to have to come up with something else now? Because, the cat's out the bag? But in a way, it kind of aligns with, declining first take ratings, if you really look at it, since Max Kellerman left. And, you can argue about that. Max Kellerman, he stood on his own. And then you have fans complaining about Molly's chemistry with Smith, and it could be hard to listen to at times, and how she chooses to pick and choose who she wants to go at certain times when it comes to athletes and celebrity figures. Point out their wrongdoings. Or could this be ESPN's history of sidelining, controversial talent? But people out there, there are some Molly supporters out there, and they defending her. And they got some arguments that I went and looked at. And, Nikita claims, they're unverified by Stephen A. Smith at the moment right now. And I haven't seen anybody really come out and, speak up for Nikita as of yet. But until Stephen A. Smith say, yes, that's who she is he also admitting to, everything else? It's kind of like one of them webs there. And then you have Stephen A.'s special lady narrative that contradicts all past infidelity admissions that he has. That's some of the arguments that Molly supporters are out there throwing out there. And some are also saying this could be a coordinated smear campaign ahead of her contract renewal. You know, that's up to you to decide. You let me know. Now, if you think this wild, wait till you see the breakdown of Stephen A. Smith's $100 million contract demands. You turn on that notification bell so you be on the lookout, because it's coming.